Hello, I'm Lauren Van Beek, Academic Program Specialist here at Zeiss Industrial Quality Solutions. Today we are going to learn how to grease a DuraMax coordinate measuring machine. To begin, we are going to remove any styli we have in our coordinate measuring machine and get together our supplies. A grease gun with grease, a tub of GF40, a soldering brush, paper towels, denatured alcohol, and a 2.5mm Allen wrench. So before we begin, we are going to run a warm-up cycle on the machine. To do this, we'll use Shift plus the lower return key and then F10. We're going to run this warm-up cycle at half speed for about 15 minutes. After the warm-up cycle has run for 15 minutes, use the E-stop to end the warm-up cycle, and then release the E-stop and engage the drives. Once that is complete, we will remove the shrouding. The first piece will be the front Z shroud. There are 7 screws holding this shroud into place. The second piece will be the back Z shroud. For the back Z shroud, I remove the 2 screws on the base of the axis first, then I remove the 6 screws on the back of the shroud. Now that the shrouds have been removed, it is important to be cautious and not contact the glass scales. Once we have the Z shrouding removed, we will remove the bellows. You might have to twist a little bit to remove the bellows. Next, we will remove the motor cover on the Y drive. There is 1 screw holding this cover into place. Next, we will remove the large Y shroud. We have 12 screws to remove, starting with these 2. These 2 are next. These 2 are next. Next, we will remove these 6 screws. The small Y shroud is held in place by 4 screws. The next step will be to remove the old grease off of the rails. To clean, I am using denatured alcohol on a clean paper towel. I move from the top down while cleaning the machine. Next, we remove the old grease off of the drive rods using denatured alcohol. There are 12 shoes on this machine, 4 shoes on each axis. The 4 shoes on the Z axis are here and here. Each shoe will get 2 to 3 pumps of grease. Between each pump of grease, I move the machine approximately 100 millimeters in the opposite direction of grease flow. This forces the grease deeper into the machine. The 4 shoes on the Y-axis are on the top and bottom of the machine. You know the shoe is full when you can see a little bit of grease in the seam of the metal part and the plastic part of the shoe. The 4 shoes on the X-axis are on the front and back of the machine. The next step will be to grease the drive rods using GF40 and a small solder brush. We will put a small amount of grease on the rod and move the axis to work the grease into the machine. We will now run the warm-up cycle by choosing Shift and lower return and F10. We will run the cycle at full speed for a duration of 15 to 30 minutes. After the grease has worked its way into the machine for 15 to 30 minutes, stop the warm-up cycle. We will now remove the excess grease from the drives of the machine and the screw holes on the drives. I am using a dry paper towel on the tip of a screwdriver to clean out all of the screw holes. We also have to clean out the zerks on each of the shoes. I am now going to replace the bellows and the shrouds on the machine. Thank you for taking the time to watch this video and grease your machine. We recommend greasing your machine once a year as preventative maintenance to extend the life of your DuraMax. Please contact us with any questions or concerns.